me recap our last videos, whatever we covered until now. So until this point, we discussed the purpose of binary tree. Let me recap our last video, search playlist, right? Why we created. Then we also covered why consider subdivision of binary search algorithm to understand better. We also discussed why consider learning different types of template for binary search. We also covered why knowing different templates will avoid the wrong approach at first hand. We also covered nuances used inside this binary search. Now, agenda for this video, what are the sub-steps you will follow in solving any coding problems? And I divided it like first step is understand the problem. The step 2 is define the requirement of the problem as much as you can, divide at the granular level. The step 3 is, I would say it like a verification step. So somebody will confuse before iteration how you can verify, but I will come that part later. The first point you should do inside the verification, define the implementation verification test cases. This is the case that is part of your implementation and it needs to be verified. Right? Then second is define the set of test cases which is required to verify the constraint given in problems. And the third type of test case you should consider to put the conditional test case which all possible boundary condition of your implementation. And the fourth step is focus on implementation, and also after implementing each method, you should write what would be the required step to verify this method. It will help you to create such test cases thereafter. So then again, you should create the test case for each individual method implemented in your solution. Step 5, define the set of test cases which is required to verify the implementation or assumptions. Right? Finally, submit your code against the final test case designed by the problem setter. So usually, all these 5 steps you should follow, but it depends case by case. I mean to say, it may depend on problem. If problem seems to be complex, you should do honestly all these 5 steps which help you to do the mastery on that problem. If somehow the problem seems to be naive or it is already solved by a similar problem solved by you earlier also and you are very much sure about your approach, then definitely you can customize these steps. You don't need to follow all the steps.